Just 3 o'clock and they told me they'd be back to help here. Hello there. Merry Christmas. You're in Santa's workshop. Have you ever seen? No, of course you haven't seen Santa's workshop before. I don't think anybody. Well, this is where I build my toys, my sled, and here's my workshop with my hammer and my saw and my pliers. And oh, here's all the lumber that I make the toys from and my saws. I think this is the first time anybody has had pictures of Santa's workshop. Indeed I do. Well, for goodness sakes. There's my favorite story, The Night Before Christmas. Gosh, it's been a long while since I read that story. Oh, I think I'll sit down and read about old Saint Nick. Oh, he even writes stories about me. Oh, The Night Before Christmas. That is one of my favorite stories. I think it is the favorite. The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. And the children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads, and Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, and just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clutter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When, what to my wondering eyes did appear, oh, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. Oh, more rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled, and he shouted, and he called them by name. No Dasher, no Dancer, no Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Dunder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, no, dash away all. As the leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot. And his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
And we go, boys. Cupid and Blitzen, on Rudolph. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Listen to the boys! We've got to get down to the United States tonight! Let's go, boys! Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas! Rudolph, boy! Bye, boy! Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, hi! Merry Christmas! How are you? I'm glad to see you again. Look at all... Scott, how are you? Well, I'm glad to... And how have you been? Fine. Mr. Geisel, how are you? Fine. Well, I'm so glad to see you. And look at all the boys and girls. Say, we're here for a party. Who are all those little girls over there? Hmm?
One over there.
Yes, who is she? Do you know? That's your sister?
Yep.
How old is she now?
2.
She's 2 years old. Well, let's go over and say hello to her. Do you suppose she'll be afraid of Santa Claus? How you been, Scott?
Fine.
You been a good boy?
Yeah.
I hope so. Do you fellas know where the studio is?
Yeah.
My gracious, this is a big... This is the studio? Where do they do the broadcasting?
Yeah.
Where's the broadcasting? Do you know, Scott? You don't. This is one of the biggest buildings I have ever seen anywhere. Do you know where the studio is? Where, the room where all the cameras are and the microphones?
Oh, I know where that is.
Well, let's wander back and see. All right, here we go. Come on now. You know where you're going, Scott? Do you? Gee, this is the biggest studio I've ever seen anywhere. My land, there's so much room. And I came parked my sleigh in the back there. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was such a big place.
Did you fly through the air, drive a car?
Well, no, I took the sleigh. You'd be surprised how that sleigh flies through the air. With all those reindeer out there. Yes, Samantha.
You got reindeer?
Do I what?
You got reindeer?
I can't understand you, dear.
You got reindeer?
Have I got reindeer? Oh, have I got reindeer? I got Rudolph and Donder and Blitzen and Comet and Cupid. You bet I've got reindeer, and they're all in back. Here's another hall. My gracious, this is a big place, isn't it? Oh, my. When did you get this new building down here? Huh? When did this new building come? Not too long ago, huh? Well, this is a big one, all right. Now, is this where we're going to find the studio? Look at the offices. Let me see here now. What is this? This isn't where they have the cameras. Well, look who's here. I know that fella. That's Joe Boyle. Hello, Joe. How are you? I'm awfully glad to see you. My gracious, how have you been?
Pretty good.
Have you? Well, I got some of the kids, but we're looking for the big studio with all the cameras.
You came the wrong way.
Did I come the wrong way?
Go back that way.
Oh, gracious. You know, boys and girls, he was such a good little boy when he was little. Remember, he used to sit on my knee and all the toys. Do you still have some of the toys I brought you?
I still got the stick and the lump of coal.
Have you? Yeah. Well, that was fun, wasn't it, Joe? Now, you be a good boy. All right, kids, we haven't found it yet. Come on. Someone take me to the... I want to go where all the cameras are. Okay? Come on, everybody together here. All right, now. My, this is a big building. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! My, a lot of people around here, huh? That looked like your daddy. Yes. Yeah. What? What? Ho, ho. No, I don't say. Well, Linda and Alan. Well, for good, and Marvin. Now, this isn't the studio where they have the cameras. This is the art studio. I know these folks. They're the people that make all the signs, aren't they? Aren't these the fellas and the gal that make all the signs here at the studio? Do all the painting? You bet it is. Yes, I got Marvin his first paintbrush. And you got a set of paints, and Alan, what did you get? A piece of paper. See, I was bringing gifts a long, long time ago when they were youngsters. But this isn't the studio. This looks like where I have a studio up at the North Pole where they paint sleds and wagons and all the elves and the fairies are in there painting, you know. No, that's not it. Let's go down here and see. Look at that long hole. What? His hand? You take hold of my finger. Look at what in the world is this now? This is what? This is what? This is where all the film is coming from. All the pictures, an motion picture going through there. Well, this must be where they project all the pictures, all the films and the movies and all, huh?
No, this is the studio.
Yeah.
Get to the directing room, I'll bet you on
The directing room, huh? Well, now, this is another room. My gracious, this is the biggest place I have ever seen. My goodness sakes, what have they done to WTC? Oh, look, this is the central. This is the heart of the action, isn't it, huh? Look at all these television sets here. My gracious, I bet they can see every television program in the whole United States here, can't they? Huh? Who said, do I have a television set? Was that you, Scott? I sure do, and it's tuned to Channel 11. That's my favorite. I'm watching Channel 11 all the time, Scott. What do you think of this place? This is huge. I'm lost in here. Where is the studio? The big room with all the cameras. That's what I'm looking for. Well, you know, does this take us down now, Mark? Is this where we're going? They're broadcasting here all the time, are they? Yeah. All righty. Now let me. Well, there's the studio entrance, for we finally found it.
Yeah.
All righty.
You want to see
Gosh.
where they tape wrestling?
Well, they tape wrestling in here?
Yeah.
All right. And this is, now we're getting to the studio. All right.
They used to do it in here.
Yeah. Oh, my land. Look at the size of